Hello and welcome to the Bless This Messy Life channel. Today I'm going to do a walkthrough of what comes in the boxes when you order a Victory 7 by Fearless Nonprofit. Um, their goal is this is just the first in the series. They're planning on making expansions at some point for each book of the Bible. And this is the Genesis series. Now, in this series, there are two different types of boxes. And so I'm going to show you each one and the cards within. And then the next video we make is actually going to be a playthrough. But it is important to go through and explain the different pieces because they mean all different kinds of things. So when you open up, what's cool about this game is everything you need is in the box. It's already put away. It's already organized. So whenever you flip this is actually for your tokens and your coins, okay? Your Act of God coins and your Choice of Man coin. And then these are the game introduction. But here's your game board, which are your lumen. You start out with your lamp at 0, and so you want to, whoever earns 70 lumen first is the person who wins. So that is what you are trying to do. And then with that, we have two characters. I originally called them Adam and Eve, but considering that they're going to do expansions in different books of the Bible, we have a man standee, and we have a woman standee. Both of them carrying their lamps, okay? So you're going to take whoever you choose and you're going to put them off of your board because you don't start out at 1, right? So there's that. And then you put your other character away. And then from there, you have your coins. You have 1 Choice of Man coin. And you get 3 Acts of God coins. Now these will come into play whenever I show you the cards. There's 2 different decks. So these will have, every card has a different cost to play. And then some of them even have a cost to activate. So we'll just put the Act of God coins there. This is going to be your token bag. And your tokens come in this little box. Now these all were in little plastic baggies, but considering that I'm working with one hand, I just went ahead and pulled it all out as I would do if I was getting ready to play anyway. So with them, you just take and you're going to put your tokens in your token bag. And then what you do is you shake it up, and that's how your coins or your tokens are set into motion, okay? So here's that. And with this deck, you have truth and deceit, okay? Good and evil. And then, and as I said, we're not doing a playthrough in this video. I only have about 10 to 12 minutes per video because I don't give YouTube my information. So I can't do videos that are too long. So this is literally just explaining the components. And then the next one, that way whenever you see us play, you understand the play a little bit more. So here's that, and you shake that up, okay? So here's your turn card. It tells you reset, maintenance, draw, play, and pass, okay? And then here's your cards. So in this deck, you're going to have the Belt of Truth. That is what stays out at all time. That is your piece of armor. And as long as you have 3 of the Truth tokens on your board that you can activate, you can draw an extra card, okay, anytime. This is a steady card, and it's your armor card. So this just stays off to the side. You don't put that one away, okay? And then some of the cards in this deck, you have Adam, you have Eve. Now, some cards work really well with Adam and Eve. So Seth is actually one of them, and he actually gives an extra 7 power, 7 lumen to Adam or Eve. You have the Humankind card, which is another character card. Okay. You have the Garden of Eden. Each time you play, you have a true token in the card cost area. You brighten your lamp by 2. This is also a steady, so it's not just a one-time use and you're done. You continue to get to use that card. The Havilah Onyx, this works with Adam. It doesn't say it down here, but it gives him extra, I can't remember how many points it gives him extra. I'll double check that, but yep, that's one of the ones that also works with Adam. And then we have the Breath of Life. You search your discard pile. So, and like I said, there are cards that have the cost to put them into play. And then you have the cost to activate them, okay? And then from there, we have Jabal of Tents and Livestock. One of the things I think is really cool about this game also is that you have Bible verses on the bottom, and even if they don't have them written there, all of them in the bottom left corner have the reference. So you can pull open your Bible and read the Bible verse that it's referencing. So we have harps and flutes. So basically all of them have different. Cain is the main one of this, and that you'll see that a lot of these characters work alongside him. Enoch, son of Cain. Each Cain you control will receive another negative. So this is how you block the other person playing the game from gaining lumen. They don't lose lumen when they're on the board, but whenever you put this into play, and like say they're playing Noah and they have 7, this would take 6 away, so they'd only gain 1 lumen. Okay. And then we have we have Tubal Cain, and that's a negative 12. Some of them are higher, but they also cost more. So this is a cost of 5 of the deceit tokens, okay? Or you can take 4 deceit tokens and a choice of man. The choice of man helps, it copies the anyway, it says it right under it, copies any token, okay? We got Cain's Offering, which is another one, works with Cain. Like I said, they're main cards that work with, cards. And then we got the Serpent's Curse. This is a condition card, okay? And once we get to playing, you'll understand these a little bit more. Just like Most Cunning Beast is a unique card. Okay, so how you'd set this up is just like this. You'd have you probably wouldn't need this anymore because you'd have your deck out and you put your deck down. And this is your piece of armor. So I always put it underneath, but you don't have to. Okay, so that was the first board. And so I'm going to scoot that over and I'm going to show you the difference in the cards and the tokens with the second board. So it's the same. You open it up and you have your game board for your tokens and your coins, your introduction, your lumens, your characters are the same. Okay. And then over here, though, the difference, the tokens. The tokens are different. I'm not going to put them in the bag this time. But in this one, you get yellow tokens, which are righteousness and corruption tokens. So 6 and 6. And then you have these cards, And what's cool, okay, so we have the righteous, so the armor for this is the breastplate, and with that, you can brighten your lumen by 3, and it only costs 1, 1 coin, which is the righteous, I believe, right? Yeah, righteousness. So it's 1 righteousness, and you can gain 3 lumen per turn, okay? And then from there, we have Offering of Japheth, Canaan, Noah the Blameless, and he's the one they'll be working off of. So Shem and Japheth, they're respecting. Offering of Shem, and like I said, they have their Bible verses. Canaan, grandson of Noah. Ham, father of Canaan. Noah, vineyard farmer. Windows of Heaven, which is not a character card, that's an event card. Lifeless Sustenance. Spirit Limit, that's a really fun card right there. Because what happens is, say a person is playing against you and you're waiting to block them, you can put this into play. It costs all 3 of your Act of God cards, but that is where these come into play. And say they have a negative, or they can block you with -6. It doesn't matter. You just, or no, that's these ones down here. You start with 3, and it's after and then you go down to 1, 2, and then 1. And then after that, that card is no longer in play. So all you have to do is wait it out 3 turns, and you can play what you're trying to play. We have Corrupted Ways, which is a high cost card, but it has good stuff. Offering of Canaan, and then Nimrod, and Cush, father of Nimrod. And as you can see, you would set it up the same way. You'd have your choice of man, and then your 3 acts of God. And these would just, like I said, these go in your little token slots. So I always put like righteous, the positive, on top. So righteousness would go on top, and corruption would go on the bottom. And as soon as you fill it up, whenever it's your turn, you just activate them. And then whenever it's time for you to have your next turn, you just reset them. And as with the other box, you would just take, and you'd leave your armor card out. I always keep my turn steps, and then your deck so that you can play. And there you go, folks. So here's the setup. There will be more details in the next video, which is an actual playthrough of the game. So I look forward to seeing you then. Until then, if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. And I appreciate your time today. If you want to check out more of this game, you can go to fearlessnonprofit.org, and check it out. Check out their nonprofit, all the great things they are doing between their paintball and racing, and now board games. They actually have quite a plan for where the funds, because this is nonprofit, so any game that is purchased is actually going towards one of their missions that they have going. So once again, any questions or comments, please leave them below. Thank you for your time, and I hope you have a blessed day.